So welcome back everybody. Boy, do we have a super fun episode for you today. Look at what I've got my hands on. This is something I've been working on for quite a while to bring you some information that I know you're looking for. If you're mower shopping, you may want to watch this episode. I have a sweet lineup from Grasshopper Mowers. So I've got my hands on some very affordable entry-level Grasshoppers all the way up to some premium models. Let's go over this, let's have fun. We're gonna run this, we're gonna go over some specs. This is gonna be a jam-packed episode, so bear with me. We're probably gonna go over some of the information that you're looking for. Y'all, so if you're new to the channel, here is my personal mower, and boy, look at this. This is a front mount Grasshopper 900D. I'm not gonna go into all the specs on that because we've shown it on the channel quite a bit, but it's got a Kubota diesel in it, and the front deck can come off and you can put all kinds of accessories. We're gonna be covering this in another episode. And y'all, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, not everybody needs a premium model like my 900D. Yes, they're actually quite expensive and the typical homeowner doesn't need something like that. But look around, we've got a tremendous amount of property that we mow, kind of easy to justify it. So that's what I want to set this up for. I want to show you some more affordable options and some brand new, never before seen options by a lot of y'all. So I'll put some links down if you want to go over all the specs. That's not necessarily what this video is about. Let's go over some of the real quick basic specs, show you some other models that Grasshopper offers, some more affordable options that literally cost a fraction of what my mower does. And maybe you're going to see something here that you didn't know existed. You can go check out the current pricing at your local dealer, or again, you can jump on their website for all the full specs. So let's dive right into it. Grasshopper starts with a 100 series, which I do not have. It's an even smaller model than this. And I want to let everybody know Grasshopper is true commercial from the ground up. You need to pay attention to a lot of these things I'm going to tell you when you're out shopping. Every single deck from the 100 series to the 200 series on up is all handmade, welded out. This is a real steel solid deck right here. So from the way that they form these, to the thickness of metal, to the depth that they are, to the way they're fully welded out, that makes a huge difference. When you're looking at box store mowers, a lot of times you're gonna see those are stamped steel decks. Very thin, rust out quickly, sand eats them up. They don't have good lift and cutting capacities of the grass. When you start getting into commercial mowers, that's one of the first things you're gonna notice is the way the deck's constructed, the frame, those type of things. Now, a 200 series looks like an excellent series for the average homeowner, in my opinion. And by the way, they go on up with more series all the way up to 300 series, all the way up to the premium 400 series, which we'll discuss here shortly. So what do you typically get whenever you upgrade? Well, first of all, you're already getting a really good frame, a really good deck. Grasshopper is known for running higher quality drive systems, hydraulics in them. That's also very important. That's another thing that you typically get upgraded whenever you get into commercial mowers. Now, as you go up from series to series to series, you start getting into different types of hydraulic drive systems. For example, when you get into the nice 900 series for the front mounts or 400 series for the mid mounts, you start getting into the actual pump to wheel hydraulic systems. Buttery smooth, really high-end pumps, good quality hydraulics, long service intervals, just quality stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. You're still getting good hydraulics in here, but obviously to cut the price point down, you're not going to get the premium hydraulics, but you're still getting upgrades above what comes in your box store type mowers. This particular 200 series I've got comes with a 52-inch deck. Now keep in mind, you can get different engines, different deck sizes. This is what I have on hand. And this one comes with a 26 horse Vanguard. I am a huge Vanguard fan, highly recommend them. Been running Vanguards for years and all kinds of equipment. Never had one let me down. Now, keep in mind, whenever you do mowers, you can upgrade tires. You can do a solid ROPS. You can do fold down ROPS for if you have a lot of limbs or if you got to get in a tight area underneath a small, low shed. Looks like there's even options to add lights on this model if you wanted to. So you can upgrade those with the dealer. I've never run this mower. We're going to go test it out, run it in a minute. This looks like the typical size that I can see a lot of our viewers looking for. You're still getting into the good quality components at a price point that makes a lot more sense to y'all. Since we're talking about mid-mount style mowers, let's go ahead and jump in to the premium model. Don't forget, they got a 100 series, a 200 series, a 300, and then we go into the premium 400 series. I have got their top of the line model right here. Believe it or not, this has a 40 horsepower EFI Vanguard, a massive engine. This thing should be able to cut just about anything I dump it off in. This is by far their most powerful engine package right here. So So this one comes with a really large 6-foot deck. Again, 4 Series, you can get different motor combinations, different deck sizes. You can get rear discharge decks. Something I don't have my hands on that I'd love to show y'all. Y'all know I'm a rear discharge deck fan. We've shown comparison videos online. Well, on their mid-mount models, they have a premium mid-mount deck that has 4 blades, believe it or not. So you've got your 3 cutting blades here, and then there's a 4th one in the back called a spreader blade. So typically with rear discharge, it kind of wants to cut and dump the grass and just windrow it. With that 4th spreader blade, actually fans it out across the yard. That is a really nice feature on mid-mount rear discharge decks. So whenever it comes to the premium models like this 400 mid-mount or the 900 series, which is the top of the line front mount, we'll go over these in a minute. Here's some of the features that'll come on there. They're all gonna come with these sweet air ride Grammer seats right here. They're fully adjustable from the armrest to you can pump up the air pressure underneath. Fully adjustable front to rear. Really, really, really nice, comfortable seats. So remember how I was telling you the actual hydraulic pump to a wheel type of system? This is a premium system, and Grasshopper uses some of the best hydraulic pumps out there. That's a really expensive part and component of a lot of mowers, so you want to get quality, you want to get long lasting. You change out the different size tires, from the airless tires like on the front of this machine to the barred tires like I have on my 900D. Let's take a look at what they call twills. You can get those front and rear, lots of different options. You can change the decks out. You can see it comes with lights. And then there's all kinds of accessories that you can add, like this adjustable on-the-fly chute system. Y'all, take a look at this right here. This is something my viewers have been telling me forever that we need. Check out this canopy right here. So you can add this. You can get just the canopy itself. You can add the lights, front and rear, and, oh, the favorite part, this thing has one unbelievably sweet fan in it. Very powerful. Watch this. Oh, look at this. Riding in the shade with a sweet fan. Y'all right. I do need one of these. And for all my municipal workers or people, you know, around buildings, airports, commercial style, you can get flashing lights for these as well. All right, so I'm really looking forward to running this one. This 40 horse is probably gonna be the strongest thing I've ever ran. My diesel's strong, but this should be in a whole nother class right here. All right, believe it or not, this is probably one of the more excited models that I've been wanting to show you. And here's the reason why. Y'all know I am a huge fan of front mount decks. This is what Grasshopper was founded on, known for. Now I'll admit, it takes a little bit of getting used to. You have a rear tail that swings, you stick out longer in the front, but the ride is wonderful. Having a front pivoting deck independent of the main frame, y'all, smoothest riding mower I've ever been on in my life. Plus the other benefit of a front deck, going up under limbs. Whereas when you have sit-on tops, typically the limbs are in you before the deck ever makes it underneath. Whereas when you sit back several feet behind it, that's a benefit. But the biggest benefit, and probably one of the most popular comments I see from viewers, is I sure wish I had one of these front decks to do this right here. So it's got a power lift on all front mount deck series. You just press this button, the deck starts lifting up. Check this out. It does not get any easier for cleaning the deck out after mowing or changing your mower blades. Now some of these units are demo units, so you're gonna see they got some wear on them, but it doesn't matter for today's video and test. Y'all, how easy does it get? Now I can just kneel right down, reach in here, change my mower blades, rinse the deck out, you're good to go. This is a dream feature for a mower, and once you have it, y'all, you'll never go back, I promise you. You couple that with how smooth these things ride, how you can get up under the limbs, I love it. Now, is a front mount for everybody? Absolutely not, especially a lot of you landscaping guys, because they're longer mowers, they take up more room on a trailer. Typically, those crews are trying to stack as many mowers as they can on a trailer. But for large properties, limmy properties, or for the person just looking for ease of maintenance, cleaning out, blade changing, and wanting a smooth ride, you need to seriously consider a front mount mower. The other huge benefit of the front mount, other than the stuff I've already told you, the fact that you can put all kinds of accessories. Now this is on the 7 and 9 series, you'll see they're shaft driven. So you see the shaft going through right there, you can put all kinds of accessories. But not everybody needs those accessories. So here's what gets me excited about the 5 series. By the way, I want to let you know, they have a 524 series, which is 24 horse motor. This is a Briggs commercial series. And then they have a 526, which has a 26 horsepower Vanguard engine. my personal favorite. So while this mower is far too small for as large of a property as we have, I wanted to show you for a fraction of the cost of my big machine, you can get the convenience of this front lift deck, a feature that I see a lot of y'all drooling over. Not everybody needs the shaft drive machine, or not everybody needs the front mount accessories. This right here is belt driven, so you're just gonna have the deck only, but it still gets you the feature to lift up, the easy access, and in my personal opinion, a much smoother ride having a machine that pivots independent of the deck. Now on to the elephant in the room, because a lot of y'all have probably never seen a mower like this. This is typically going to be for your landscape professionals, and I know probably not for a lot of our viewers. Although we've got so many people that watch the channel now, some of y'all do professional landscaping, and I am fortunate. I'm one of the first people to get my hands on this particular mower, and I'm kind of excited to try it out. This is Grasshopper's second stand-on model. They've had an SO26, a 26 horsepower mower out for quite a while. Now they've just come out with a premium model, an SO37. SO stands for stand on. And this right here is a 37 EFI Vanguard. Now typically who this is for, people needing to stack multiple mowers on a trailer. Again, your landscape professionals. People needing to get the smaller models of these with smaller decks to go through backyard gates to mow small city lots. These are very popular for that. So one other feature that I don't think a lot of people think about with one of these is, what's the benefit of it? Well, for the person that's mowing a lot of yards all day long, or maybe it's even you, maybe you've got a yard that's full of pine cones, full of sticks, rocks, debris, and you're always off your mower. The huge benefit to one of these right here is you can be mowing right along. As soon as you see something you need to step off and get it, well, it's literally that simple. You step right off, you can pick up trash, debris, whatever. They make 5-gallon bucket holders for these. They make holders for your weed eater, so you can ride around with all that. But think about the benefit if you have to do a lot of off and on a mower, just literally stepping off and on to grab what you need, not sitting down, not having to climb out of a seat. That is a huge benefit to somebody that's up and down off of a mower a lot. Now, because this is a new, exciting mower that not many people have seen and people have been waiting on, I think I'm gonna do a dedicated review on it. So we're not gonna go over all the features. I'll go in that in more detailed, probably over on my review channel. But once again, you can add accessories to this, like the up and down chutes. You can even add edgers to some of these models. This is the padded rest that you lean against, folds right up, easy access to your battery. There is your high quality hydraulic pump system. Again, pump straight to the wheels. Cup holder, phone holders, chargers. Already comes with lights. And let me show you how you drive this. For starters, when you step on this, this is gas strut loaded. Very, very comfortable. It's gonna take the fatigue and shock out of you so it doesn't hurt your back. So to drive it, you put two hands on. There's forward, so you can do both at the same time with two hands. Here's reverse. Much like a zero turn, everything's just nice and compact. So you can drive forward reverse like this, or you can squeeze it, do whichever one you want. Now here's an exclusive and a first that only Grasshopper offers, I do believe. This entire top assembly, your control station, is adjustable up and down. Not everybody's the same height. So you see this long travel right here, there's 4.5 inches of travel. So all you do is take an impact with a 3/4 inch wrench right here, and you can lower this down 4.5 inches for a shorter person, or you can raise it up to make it nice and comfortable as your arms rest up there for a taller person. All right, that was enough yakking, I do believe. There is a huge lineup. Grasshopper offers several more models than this. Go check them out. I know a lot of people see my premium model and the premium price tag. Just want to let y'all know they make so many other mowers here for all different types of needs. So let's start out with the 200V model. Probably going to be one of the most popular models that some of y'all may be looking for. I tell you what, for this to even be a 200 series, not their entry level, but next up, I am blown away with how smooth the hydraulics are. I was expecting a lot more whine, maybe a little more grittiness, jerkiness. I'm just not feeling it. I'm so used to the unbelievably buttery smooth hydraulics on my big 900D, which is a different type of pump system than this. But I must say, this thing is unbelievably nimble, easy to drive, and shockingly powerful. That 26 horse motor is not bad. I am mowing very, very low. Cut looks excellent, and I was putting in some thick grass. Only some minor bogging when I was cutting over very thick grass that was already loaded up with clippings. Take a look at this. I know we still got a lot of weeds in the yard this time of year, but cutting extremely low. And look how thick this stuff was that I was cutting. I'm actually shocked. That 26 seems to be, seems to be matched up perfectly with that 52-inch deck. Now, what I'm curious to compare two small size machines, how does this one ride? In my experience, mid mounts are a little bouncy, whereas your front mounts are, well, pivot, independent, and very smooth. Although I've never rode on a model like this. So lightweight, extremely agile. Seriously, if you're looking to get in a front mount deck, I just don't, I don't see no problems with this at all. I didn't know what to expect. Now, is it my big 900? Absolutely not. But at a fraction of the cost, this may be just what you're looking for if you're really liking the front mount features. You know what, let's go ahead and jump on the stand-on next. I've been very excited about that, and then we'll save the beast with all the bells and whistles for last. I'm curious to see if there's a learning curve with this too, because I've only driven it literally from where we pulled it off the trailer to right here in front of the camera. I have zero amount of time on it. now that is a unique experience. So while I know this mower isn't going to be for everybody, this is really more for your landscape professionals. This could appeal to some of y'all, who knows? This thing is fast. I mean, crazy fast. It might be the fact that I'm standing up, but this thing hauls butt, and it cut beautiful no matter what speed I ran it at. Honestly, the other mowers did as well. A little bit of a learning curve with the controls being permanent versus pulling back and forth, you're squeezing. Honestly, not bad. I could see after just probably an hour or two of mowing, feeling very, very comfortable with this. You've seen how quick I was flying around for my first time ever using this anyways. This is so unique. We'll do a dedicated video on this coming up before long. Now, let's try the beast out. The 40 horse with a 72-inch deck. I just realized it has a hydraulic up and down deck. That's a feature I had no idea about. So, turn the key forward. Deck's coming up, change your pin to where you want it. Back down. Fancy. All right, I've got some really, really thick grass out here. If there's any mower that should be able to handle it, even with me cutting extremely low on the deck height, I've got high hopes for this big 40 horse monster. No doubt this thing is a beast with that 40 horse. And look at how wide this deck is. I'm able to fly through the yards, but the only downside to that is it's hard to fit in between tight areas. That's just a trade-off that you make with a wide deck. I personally run a 72-inch on my 900D and love it because we have so much to mow. Okay, y'all see how thick some of this stuff is? Like, this is a foot tall. I don't think y'all understand. This is just crazy thick stuff right here, matted up. You could bale hay in it. And that 40 horse chewed through it. It did slightly bog down. I mean, what mower wouldn't in that, especially with a 72-inch deck. But I don't know who's letting their yard to get this bad. But if you're curious if it'll mow some thick stuff, oh yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all, it took a little while to get all this here. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I tried to make the test. I didn't want to run the video on too long. Now, the good news is if you want to see more about some of these, well, there's some models that I'm going to do some additional testing over the next few days. In particular, well, the stand-on and that 400 in comparison with my 900. So we're gonna do some more tests there to try to get you educated. If you're looking for an entry-level front mount just because you want the ease and convenience of rinsing out and changing blades, look at the 5 Series. Personally, look at the 526. I was on one of those the other day. I love the engine. I like the little bit bigger deck. I think the 526 is a sweet mower. And I was starting to think in the past maybe 300 series would be where I'd recommend and up. After running the 200 series, that's a lot of mower right there. Really impressed with that. Don't forget, links are down in the description for all these mowers if you want to go check them out. We've got more content coming. Thank y'all for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.